Welcome to AGIS, Anguilla Government Information Service, delivering the latest and most accurate updates from the Government of Anguilla. I am Alvinique Frank, and here are the highlights and developments for the past week. The Department of Social Development recently facilitated a 2-day workshop entitled Safe Sport and Safe Social Work, Strengthening Safeguarding Player Care and Well-Being. The initiative focused on enhancing the protection and overall well-being of athletes while strengthening support systems within sport. Following the workshop, facilitators met with ministers of government where they shared key findings and proposed actionable steps aimed at improving safeguarding standards and athlete care across the sector.
I'm Dr. Cheryl-Ann Boudram, lecturer and social work practitioner at the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine. So I'm just talking a little bit about the 2-day workshop that was held on promoting safeguarding in sport and using that as a mechanism to ensure safety of athletes and the promotion of the athletes' well-being and player care. The workshop focused on several pillars, but primary among those was enhancing the knowledge and competencies of stakeholders within sport in Anguilla to ensure that we move towards safe sport practices. The second pillar was around good governance and ensuring the training that is necessary to ensure that all stakeholders are aware and buy into safe sport and safe sport practices. And finally, looking at the legislation, the framework that is needed to ensure that there are mechanisms for redress to support our athletes, regardless of age, to ensure their well-being and their care.
The Anguilla Statistics Department has released another key finding from the Anguilla Labor Market Survey, Demographic and Social Statistics, Thematic Area 1.4, Labor and Time Use Statistics. The data shows that 83% of employed persons in Anguilla reported having one job during the reference week of 15th April 2025. Meanwhile, 6% reported having 2 or more jobs, while 11% indicated that they own a business. These figures provide important insight into the structure of employment in Anguilla and help to paint a clearer picture of how people are participating in the labor market. The Anguilla Statistics Department continues to emphasize the importance of reliable data in national planning, noting that it is using data today to help build Anguilla's workforce of tomorrow and to provide sound statistics for sustainable development. The Department of Natural Resources is advising the public that orders are now being accepted for broiler and layer chicks. This presents an excellent opportunity for individuals looking to start or expand their poultry operations. Interested persons are encouraged to contact Ms. Aldine Trim at 497-2615, extension 1647. The order deadline is Wednesday, April 15th, while full payments must be completed by Monday, April 20th at 3 p.m. Delivery is expected during the week of May 25th, 2026. This week, government finalized its third priority response area, addressing fuel volatility resulting from the ongoing war in Iran. Effective April 10th, 2026, and for a period of 3 months, freight and insurance charges will be removed from custom duty calculations on qualifying imports. This means that custom duty will be calculated based solely on the cost of goods, reducing overall import costs and providing meaningful relief to households and businesses. Supporting legislation was successfully passed during a recent sitting of the House of Assembly.
Madam Speaker, I'd like to move that the bill shortly entitled the Bill for Customs Temporary Modification of Valuation of Import Duty Act 2026 be read a third time and passed.
Seconding.
Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that a bill shortly entitled a Bill for the Customs Temporary Modification of Valuation of Import Duty Act 2026 be read a third time and passed. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. The ayes have it. I call upon the clerk.
A bill, an act to provide for a temporary modification of the valuation of imported goods for the purpose of assessing import duty at ad valorem rates and for related matters.
Honorable members, I declare that the bill has passed and shall be titled Customs Temporary Modification of Valuation of Import Duty Act 2026. Thank you for your time and your contributions today. We shall proceed with the order paper.
This week on Just the Facts, host Shelia Rogers-Webster sat down with Parliamentary Secretary Cardell Richardson and Director of Natural Resources William Vanterpool. The discussion covered a wide range of agricultural topics, including ongoing initiatives and future plans for the sector.
You're not new to agriculture. You yourself have been a farmer for over 20 years. You have been on all sides from the business perspective, but also from the hands-on farmer perspective and experience as well. And so now you're in a different role. You're in a policymaker role, and so you have a responsibility on the other side to facilitate the environment as much as possible from a government perspective. Recently, you traveled with your team to Nevis to visit their AgriFest. Can you describe what that experience was like and which members of your team attended with you?
All right. We would have traveled with two delegates. It was Isabel, so she would represent the agriculture side, and the young lady from Allen Harbour, William.
Yes.
I don't quite remember her name.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at too. Yes.
So
She's
yeah.
on the fisheries.
Yeah, she's on the fisheries side. So they would have had a booth in at the fest, and we'd have had displays and monitors, and people would have passed by and see what we are displaying and promoting here in Anguilla. So persons would have stopped by the booth. I even had the opportunity to sit at the booth because the first day I had to sit with all the delegates and with the presentation with the officials, and the girls were there, the ladies were there and at the booth. So I walked around and I told them, look, you guys can walk around. And I had the opportunity to sit at the booth and explain certain things when persons come. So it was a great experience for them also, and I know they're very excited to put into practice and to actually form a committee that we could help with our AgriFest that we're going to be doing next month.
Okay, that's awesome. I think that might have been Isabella Rosario and Khadija Harris.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, that's excellent. And these are young professionals in the areas as well. So this exposure is also very good for them. I was very impressed during the Blue Week with Miss Harrigan. She was very enthused about the space, fishing, the environment and stuff like that. And I know she was previously in another area of the public service, but I think she's really thriving. She was in planning, but I really can see her passion. She's in landscape, so I can see her passion down at fisheries. And it's always pleasant when you can see young public servants who are very excited about the areas that they walk in. So I'm very happy to hear that she would have had that experience and that opportunity as well moving forward. I want to start by asking either of you to tell me a little bit more about the crops that you've been planting and that are available on that site.
Okay. Well, for me, I was a tomato guy, so I was very instrumental in ensuring that they plant tomatoes. I would have even contributed some varieties that I would have grown back in the day, which is some cherry tomatoes. I would have given them to the department so that they could start some of those seeds and have them grown. So they have a variety of different crops, celery, kale, corn, eggplants. They had some cucumbers that they did well, so we're going to put in a fresh set. They have some seasoned tomatoes, pumpkins, eggplants. So they
cauliflower,
cabbage,
Broccoli.
You name it, should be had.
chives. So there's a bit of
Trying to put some variety of crops so that the farmers and the public could see what can be grown.
Right.
There's a little bit of everything. So we are not perfect. So there are some, the disease is taking some, the pest is taking some, etc. But that's part of the natural cycle. And we are not perfect. And especially some of the corn, you see some of the corn have some wormholes and so in it. Yeah, we could have gone and spray, which we should have actually done. But I'm still glad that people can see that it's naturally grown, so that the nice one you see coming out of the States or from Europe, wherever, pest-free is because they have been spraying pesticides. We have really not been spraying much pesticides. The pesticides we have used, it's organic pesticides, Nemex and products from neem. So that is why we have seen some of the pests get away in some of the crops. Also, because we're doing exhibition, we are widespread. We are doing the food tree project, we are doing the shade houses, we are preparing the departments. So there's a lot of areas with limited human resources we have.
The conversation also highlighted the much anticipated return of AgriFest 2026, generating excitement among stakeholders and the wider community.
Have organized different areas, both for the children and for the adults. For example, we have like a petting zoo where a number of birds, people bring their birds. We have some in the green space, but there's Leslie Brooks. He normally brings his birds there. There's someone from Tatola was asking us if they can come with theirs. There's someone in St. Martin who will come over and do a bird show. And some other folks from the region are asking, could they remember what we used to do in those days? So they want to be part of it. So we'll provide an area for the children so that they can enjoy themselves. And also the adults now, they will be able to go through the garden, see what we have there. Also, they can tour the shade houses because that we are also a part of it. So you'll move from the project up there, go down, look at the shade houses. You're able to actually buy. The farmers will have stuff they're selling. And then we move into the department grounds where a lot of the activity going on in terms of the cooking, display of local produce, juices, and different culinary stuff. Then we'll have, for example, the machinery, the tractor and all the different equipment. Somebody is showing you how the preparation is done, land preparation, etc. And then we also have the livestock section. You'll be able to see our new breeds of animals. We had quite a bit of goats and sheep that came in from the US that we have to upgrade the breeds of the animals here in Anguilla. So that will be also showcase. And like I said, the cooking, some culinary skills that they will be showcased. And people like Ivan will be there showing you how to do the butcher bits and the roast pork and those kind of old-time stuff.
Not quite the craftsmen of Vanderpool, because that was even something that they did in Avis. They had different local individuals cooking food. They even had the chef from Four Seasons there in Nevis, and they cooked several different dishes. What I liked about it is they allow persons to taste sample. And while they were doing the cooking, they actually was explaining how it's done, the various different portions of salt or whatever you got to put, the different ingredients you got to put in the food. So that was something very good too. And like Mr. Vanderpool said, they even had a cow and a rabbit that they raffle, yeah. So it was very good, very impressive. Had a lot of booths that sell, different foods, because what I understood is that the persons who was coming used to come to the fair, but then they weren't any food. They would walk. They have to go somewhere else to look food. So to keep them there,
that was something they implemented.
Yeah, they implemented. So they had a lot of different booths, individuals selling different things, and it's just a vibe where everybody, the communities and everybody could come and really have a good time and spend the whole day there.
Was it held in the area of Pinnis Beach in that
No, it was on the park, right in town. That's the park with the stadium where they play cricket.
The stadium, okay.
Yeah, and we'll have vendors. In fact, we are now have registration out for vendors. Anybody want to come and sell stuff? We have registration forms. You collect it and provide food for the general public, because the tasting is one thing, but you still want to have vendors there selling. The fisheries department, I know, would have at least 4 to 5 vendors selling fish products, and then the other vendors will be selling other goodies.
And just like you indicated, Mr. Vanderpool, there are persons who are calling to find out how they could be a part of the exhibition. There's company in St. Kitts that are now doing chicks and the broilers and stuff like that. And that company don't want to come to Anguilla too because we were having a discussion and they understood that we can have an exhibition. So they now want to come and showcase their products and it's, and
we also have a company out of Trinidad
they would have had a conversation with me also.
They are coming.
Yeah.
For sure,
So it's a great way of networking and farmers getting to meet other companies, so it's not just about the agricultural side of it, but it's also from the business side also.
The national team has returned safely from their 53rd CARIFTA Games, held in Grenada and Martinique. We commend our athletes for their determination and strong performances, with several achieving personal bests. Their efforts continue to make Anguilla proud on the regional stage.
All right, so today Team Anguilla is back from CARIFTA 53 in Grenada. And we want to thank everyone that had a hand in helping to make sure that we were comfortable and we were safe. We have Mr. 1089, formerly known as Kavaj Khanna. He improved his time. Kiara Webster also improved on her time with a personal best of 5 minutes and 27 seconds and 7.9 in the 1500 meters. And we want to say thank you and all the best to them for the amazing job that they did in Grenada. Team Anguilla would like to say thank you to the Athletic Association and the government of Anguilla for stepping in when we were having a hard time in Grenada. Those first 2 days were really challenging, but everybody stepped in and ensured that we were comfortable. Thank you to those in Grenada, like Shalisha Williams, that ensured we were comfortable. Hazel Ann Regis, former Olympian of Grenada. She is also an athlete chief in Grenada, so she ensured that our athletes were well taken care of. Also, Mr. Karim Gardner, ensuring that everything Anguilla needed was well taken care of, because those first 2 days were really hard when we needed someone to really show us some hospitality and take care of us. So we want to say thank you to those persons and Mr. Hodge, our president, for ensuring that we are well taken care of. We appreciate you guys.
Good day to all. I'm Mr. 1089, formerly known as Kavaj Khanna, and my CARIFTA experience was great. I'm very happy with my PB in the 100 meter, which is the 1089. I ran a 22.67 in my 200 meter, and yes, had a great time.
Well, on behalf of the Anguilla Amateur Athletics Association, I would want to say that the Anguilla CARIFTA team for the 53rd edition of the Games represented Anguilla well in all areas. They brought about significant, highlights to the Games and for Anguilla itself. We had two personal bests. We had overall full support of the Grenada Association as well. There were some challenges, but we, as always, resilient, will overcome those. Going forward, I would want to say that the Athletics Association in particular has a better handle on how we could better prepare for the Games and selection of athletes as well. So going forward, you will see a larger contingent, a more focused contingent in terms of disciplines that will be, that Anguilla will take forward at the Games, because we have the ability to dominate and be competitive in most of those disciplines. So with that, I would want to say thanks to the athletes in particular for persevering under the conditions and also for participating to the best. Thank you.
During the Easter break, the Adrian T. Hazel Primary School received a fresh coat of paint, enhancing the learning environment for students and staff. And now for our infrastructure update.
Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the Patience Gums Road, entrance from Louis Price Gym to the Jeremiah Highway connecting, and we are well on our way to the finish line. The guys have been working very hard, and the expected time of completion would be April, the end of April. We are pushing very hard to complete. We still have about maybe 500 feet or more left in the project, and we're doing our best to wrap things up. And we thank the public for their patience. And I just want to say thank you to all the parties involved with this project, Mike Q, the team here, and the surveyor, and everyone is working very hard to complete this project. So right now we're preparing the road for the curb. We're going to get the curb installed and pour it sometime in the coming week. And we're going to work on the southern lane, which would be this lane here on this side, and hopefully pour the next lane within the coming week as well. Some more excavation needs to be done, but we're going to get into grading and some rolling, and we'll see the road start taking shape.
Morning again. We are reporting from Sandy Hill Road. We are making great progress. Right now we are removing all the decking from the manholes. We are doing all the fencing right now. We are going down to the beach with the fencing. And yesterday we had all the utilities here. We crossed the road yesterday, the main road, and take all the utilities on the west side of the road. So right now we are making great progress. We are still in April, and I am guaranteeing you, right now we have people driving on the road, but I'm guaranteeing you that by the end of April, we all will be able to drive on this nice road that we have prepared. So I just want to give you a short update on what we are doing right now. So we are cleaning up, we are taking all the decking out of the manholes, and we are finishing the entrance of the road and the parking lot by the beach. So everything is still on schedule for the end of April, and I hope that everything goes well, that we can finish this and people will be driving on the road for May, come May.
The National Tourism Youth Congress is scheduled for 15th April from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Anguilla Great House. Following a national call for applications, selected students have successfully registered to participate in the competition. The winner will go on to represent Anguilla at the Regional Tourism Youth Congress in Guyana. This regional event forms part of the Caribbean Tourism Organization's State of the Tourism Industry Conference, taking place from 5th to the 9th October 2026. The Community Services Planning Unit expanded its role to coordinate programming operations and community engagement across community development centers throughout Anguilla. This enhanced mandate allowed the unit to work even more closely with community development officers and center managers to design and deliver programs that reflected the voices, needs, and strengths of communities across the island. As one of the first major joint initiatives, the Community Services Planning Unit partnered with the Blowing Point Community Development Center, West End Community Development Center, the Hope Center in Sandy Hill, and the Island Harbor Community Development Center to host the inaugural Easter Extravaganza Camp 2026. The camp featured a range of fun and engaging activities for children and families, including kite flying, Easter egg hunt, arts and crafts, and traditional Johnny cake making. This initiative was about more than just holiday fun. It formed part of a wider effort to bring communities together, celebrate culture, and create meaningful shared experiences across Anguilla. This is AGIS, Anguilla Government Information Service, delivering the latest and most accurate updates from the government of Anguilla. Join us next time for more facts that inform, connect, and inspire.